Let's talk about achieving the extraordinary. Let's go. Hi, I'm Tansel, four-time Australian memory champion, international best-selling author, and your memory coach. And today, I want to talk about achieving amazing things, like your goals or a particular task or thing that is like overwhelming for you. That when you look at it and go, "Whoa, this is really challenging," and it's sort of holding you back doing it. So I want to look at how do you tackle this thing? What can you do? So what have I done? I've won memory competitions 4 times. I've written my 2 international best-selling books in 10 days. I've memorized 2 Yellow Pages phone books in 24 days. So that's 20,000 plus digits of numbers. So I have, for me, accomplished a few things. Now, this isn't to try and impress you or anything like that. My goal is to show you how this is possible, how I did it, so you can hopefully learn from what I did and what process I went through, and also understand that there's going to be challenges, and it's how you move through the challenges and achieve that result that's going to get you there. So let's chat about it. I'll start with the phone book because I think that was one of the biggest challenges for me, even though I'd entered competitions, and that's very, very difficult in the best of times. The phone book was a unique challenge because what happened was I was given a task I've never done before. It's like someone telling you, go run a marathon, and you've never run a marathon. What do you do? Right? How do you even train for something like that? So I had to plan ahead. And what that taught me was time management skills. I was very bad at it. It taught me discipline on how often I should be looking at these numbers and memorizing. And finally, it taught me accountability. I was writing down what I was memorizing on Twitter back then, every single day. So if you can go back through my history, back to 2010, that's when I memorized the phone book. You can probably see day 1, I did this, day 2, I did that, day 3, terrible, I forgot everything, blah, blah, blah. So I actually laid down every single day on how I did it, and what I did, what I didn't do, and so on. So those 3 things were very important lessons that I learned. It's not about that I could memorize the phone book. I knew I could do it, but the challenges there were far greater than memorization. So that's what you're going to be going through. And one of the biggest things, I think, biggest challenge that you're probably going through is like that mental challenge of how do I even begin? And even if you know how to begin, it's like, how do I maintain this performance? How do I sustain it? What time of the day do I do it? How is it going to fit into my life? So there's all these things that are very, very challenging. It could be losing weight. It could be making YouTube videos, because it is very, very challenging. Making YouTube videos. It's not a full-time job for me. It's very challenging. So I have to draw inspiration, or I have to come up with ideas regularly to get them out there. And that is very challenging. So I am very fortunate that I think my past experience with achieving things helped me with my YouTube channel. And thank you all for watching as well. But I just wanted to talk about those challenges, because it's not about the thing that you need to do, because we know how to do them. I know how to memorize, right? People know how to lose weight. That's not the problem. The problem is the mental stories in your head. That's either making you not do it, it's making you procrastinate, it's making you delay, and so on. I've had people reach out to me saying, Tansel, I need, memory coaching, can you please help me? And I've gotten back to them and I haven't heard anything, and they've come back to me 2 years later, they've come back to me 3 years later, they haven't done nothing. And it's like, dude, why are you delaying that, your own improvement? We can at least have one session. People's lives change in one session, let alone, a whole coaching program. but they just kept delaying, and that's because of the stories in your head. Yes, life gets in the way, things happen, but generally, it's the stories in our head that blocks it. Let's take, again, I want to take weight loss because that's a big one for a lot of people, right? We know how to lose weight. We know that eating right, being in calorie deficit, exercising, you do all those things, you're going to lose weight, right? But why do people struggle? It's because of the mental side and not the physical side. It's the mental side. Yeah, there might be some physical challenges there. Of course, I acknowledge that. But in terms of the mental side, what are you saying to yourself? What I was saying to myself was, I could be too tired, I can't be bothered, it's not the right time of the day, it has to be the perfect time, so we come up with excuses. That's all they are, they're excuses. I like these certain types of foods, I can't be bothered cooking, so I eat out a lot, whatever, right? These are all excuses. And what you can do as an exercise, though, this is really cool, is write down all these excuses, right? Write them all down. So what you can do then is you can come up with almost like a counter argument to can't find the time of day to, okay, when can I do it? What time of day can I, what times a day? So you give yourself more opportunities. How simple can I make exercising rather than thinking of this massive 1 hour, adventure, right? Think of it as how can I quickly do 5-10 minutes? That might be more palatable in your brain. It could be that maybe you enjoy swimming. How can I go to the closest pool there is and what time and, what's the easiest thing to get into to swim? So you're trying to make things highly convenient for yourself, and instead of going back to your excuses, change them to the opposite side of how can I? Because now you're giving yourself possibilities rather than an excuse. As soon as you have possibilities, then the rest is just trying them, one by one until you're comfortable. But it all involves action, and in order to get there, we have to go through some discomfort, no doubt. If you're aiming for comfort, then don't expect much result. Discomfort, then you're going to get the initial discomfort, but guess what that's going to give you? Obviously, things are going to be a lot better. So same as exercise. When you exercise, the body goes through some sort of stress, but the end result after that, you're feeling awesome. That's important, that mindset of being able to do what you need to do, despite anything coming to you, like positive or negative, it doesn't matter, right? I had a client a couple of weeks ago say they were struggling doing their exercises in the morning because of all these thoughts in their head, and they're trying to block out the thoughts, right? So they can do their exercise. And the advice I essentially gave was, look, just let the thoughts come to you. Don't try and block them off, because you're restricting yourself mentally, right? Not restricting, sorry, you're using your mental energy a lot while trying to block, and you're using your physical energy while doing exercise, right? If you just let it all come to you and then do your exercises, you're going to be able to do it. A week later, we have our session and it says, you know what, I could easily do my exercises now because I'm letting all those thoughts, emotions, everything come in. All right? So don't try and block out anything mental. Let it come to you. The struggles, the pain, let it all come, sit with it, and then do the thing you need to do anyway. Because you're never going to have the right time. There's never going to be the right time. You're never going to be in the best environment or situation. Something will come up. You may be in the best environment situation now, but it's not guaranteed. So why worry about it, right? Just go and do the thing you need to do. That's important, right? So think of those things. Don't seek comfort, seek discomfort. Because if you can do the hard things, the easy stuff that'll come to you, right? If you're always constantly seeking easy, then you're not going to really get the hard, important, the results that you want. And that's how you achieve the success, right? So hopefully that's given you something. If you like this sort of stuff, do like the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.